Hey everyone, recently I reviewed a small collapsible baton. Yeah, I don't think it would be too effective against a human being, so I thought I'd try another cheap baton. I think this is like less than $15, but this one might actually be longer. And I realized batons are probably illegal in a lot of countries. I find it odd that, governments make things illegal for normal citizens, but criminals don't care about that stuff, right? Gun control? Criminals don't care about gun control. They're going to own guns. Criminals are going to break into your house with weapons, and if you're defenseless, well, you're going to be the victim. So, I don't intend to be a victim, or at least I'm going to go down fighting. Alright, so here we are. It's come with this cheap fake leather pleather holster. I guess it's better than nothing. It is stitched with industrial stitching. It's quite thick, this thread, but it's only stitched that much, so I think over time this is definitely going to wear. It's just literally going to tear, so I wouldn't actually trust this to carry it for a long period of time. I'd want a plastic one, but I'm not going to carry this around. Yeah, so we have a lanyard here and a really cheap ring, so cheap that I can do that. So that's not very good, but again, the thing was, it was a cheap baton. So let's do some dimensioning here. I took that tassel off or whatnot. Figures the scale went to sleep mode. This thing is 438 grams with the actual holster. It's like 455 grams. Okay, now dimensionally, I don't think this is going to reach, so where's my tape measure? Length while this thing is collapsed. It's about a little under 8 inches, a little under 20 centimeters. Let me open this thing up. Okay. So I'm gonna start from this side since I have an edge to measure here. And then I'm gonna open this up. And sorry for the numbers being upside down, but it's like 25, a little under 25.5 inches, or a little under 65 centimeters in this extended position. I assume that's how it's going to be advertised. It's usually as inches. Another thing is the wall thickness. This is made of steel, not aluminum, so pretty thin wall thickness, but it should be pretty strong. In fact, some knurling. I'm going to open this. There's no spring in here. It's just gravity and inertia that opens this. So the wall thickness of this steel is around 1 millimeter, I would say. Some identification marks, because this had no branding whatsoever. The cap is knurled, and you can just see it's a straight extrusion of a piece here for the lanyard. And then it tapers down, but before it tapers down, there's 5 grooves in this body, and then obviously a crosshatch knurling here. Alright, so that would be that identification. The largest diameter is around 27 millimeters. I guess these don't matter so much, but the upper diameter, this is about 12 millimeters, and then the end cap is around 21 millimeters. This end cap is very loose. It's just not, there's no thread lock. It's a very coarse thread. So I would highly recommend you thread lock that, or it's going to get lost very easily. Bearing in mind, if that were to be lost, it would still work, but to collapse it, to collapse these things, very often you slam it against the concrete, and then that's what collapses it. So we'll see how sticky it gets when I extend it. I am not sure why the end cap has this spring steel in here. I guess it's just to align that middle tube, the far end tube right there. In fact, if you're a little curious, I'm a little curious. Let's see how much of a flange is overlapping. Alright. So here you see this flare out, and that flare out is around, I don't know, I would say 15 millimeters or so. And each of these, have that same similar flaring. Maybe it's bigger on this bottom one, these lower ones. That could be 18. And then as you see here, this is a big necking down to catch the smaller tubes, like 30 or so. Yeah, so you can see it's just mild steel tubing flared out. So knowing that, I'm pretty sure if you were to actually hit something perpendicular with this thing, it would bend, and then it might be impossible to collapse again. Just because the price of this. I'm sure there must be hardened versions of steel batons that are much more expensive. But as mentioned, this was not an expensive thing, so it must be the cheapest steel possible. But still, you know, it's still going to be very dangerous if you hit someone with this. Alright, so I think that's really it for the dimensioning. Now let's whip this thing out. It's quite gappy here, I think on purpose to make it easier to open, but we shall find out. Alright, so just trying to show my upper body. Here we are. It's very easy to flick open. And then I guess you could just use the momentum of the upper pieces to hit focus here. I don't think it's in focus. This is the rear view camera of my phone here. So not much of a wrist flick is needed at all, and it obviously locks open. Now this is hard because yeah, that hurts my hand to try to close it, and this already worked loose. So again, you might not thread lock that. So I got a mallet. Again, usually you would take this and slam it on the floor to close it, but I don't want to mess up my floor. So here's just a mallet, right? And if you're lucky, you'll just have a piece that's extended, and you could use the momentum of that to close it up, right? Yeah, so that works. But I guess if you really whip it hard, like a full arm movement, it's very tight, right? So yeah, that hurts to try to collapse. So you'd want to slam it on the floor, but in my case, right, the mallet. So I almost feel like if you did this a lot as like a fidget toy, this is very loose also. I think it would be advisable to thread lock this and the top. It doesn't have to be high strength, just regular blue thread lock, and I think that'll keep it from backing out if you're just fidgeting around with the thing. I gotta say, it's kind of satisfying to just do the shortest like wrist flick possible. Right? I'm not moving my wrist too much, and I think that's because of the sloppiness, the amount of air gaps in between these pieces. It's kind of satisfying. It almost feels like a lightsaber, which coincidentally, I've reviewed some lightsabers in the past. So, alright, well, again, it's there's no branding, so if I would just go by the identifying marks. If you can buy these in your country, this one has 5 little grooves here, and then a lot of knurling, and then the end cap is knurled, and it has 3 segments, and a plain, smooth, totally smooth on all surfaces end cap. So that's the best I can do as far as you getting it for yourself wherever you can. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this because it was cheap. I think it's kind of cool. I'm going to just leave it in the car. If some crazy person comes at me, hopefully I can defend myself. They'll probably take it out of my hand and kill me with it, but at least I'll try. Alright, thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Or I guess if you want to do some destructive demolition in your house, you could take out some drywall with it. Alright, cheers, bye.